Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Mac School. Today we're going to take a look at how you can change your desktop wallpaper as well as personalize your desktop appearance. Okay, and let's get started. One of the best ways to change your desktop wallpaper is to either control click if you have a single button mouse or right click and bring up this menu and click on change desktop background. And as you can see here, there's two folders available right now. Actually, there's multiple folders. If you open up this little tab here, the Apple tab, it's going to pull open a series of different folders within that Apple tab. And if you look, the first tab here, Desktop Pictures, is just a series of kind of abstract design patterns that they've made for you. There's also a Nature. This is the one I originally had on the background. Snow Leopard. Some of these have carried over from previous versions of OS 10, and a few of these are actually new for 10.6, so you may or may not have them depending on which operating system you're running. We also have a Plants. Artwork. These are new for 10.6, and this is actually one of my favorite paintings of all time. A black and white section, I believe, and if somebody knows for sure, I believe this is the only new one from 10.6. I believe all the rest of these were actually in prior versions. Abstract, which I don't believe they added any new ones for 10.6. Patterns, this is new for 10.6. And you can also do solid colors. Something else that you can do as well is you can click on your folders and you can add your own folder in as well. So what I've done is I've downloaded a picture here and we're going to add that in. So what we do is click on this little plus and tell it that we want to go to the Mac School and download and choose. And it's going to pull up the pictures that we have within that downloads folder. Now we'll also do things like PDFs, which I think is kind of funny. But there's our picture that we downloaded today. So I'll leave that up. One other thing too that I want to show you in the desktop area is you can actually have it change the picture every 30 minutes. If you have a large folder of desktop wallpapers, you can actually select one, change picture, and have it do every 5 seconds, which is really neat actually. And you can have it choose in random order so that it doesn't go down the line. Go ahead and do that, and you can see what it does. It's really very nice if you have a group of pictures that are alike, maybe a group of outdoor scenes where you can select just, say for instance, you can go into the Apple folder here and say plants. So you get that. I'm going to go and put a regular background on here. Now while we're in here, we might as well look at screensavers quickly as well. If you click on the screensaver tab here, there's all different screensavers that you can go through as well, and some of these actually have some really neat effects. That's one. You can have your computer name shown around, Flurry, iTunes artwork, which is really neat if you have songs in your iTunes library, and we're going to show you how to use that later. An RSS visualizer. And this is really neat if you actually look at this. Pulls up the news for the date. Visually very nice. And it gives you a little number for the key to push down at the bottom if you want to open up that story if it looks interesting to you. So that's that. Shell, which is kind of a kaleidoscope look. Spectrum just changes the color of the background, kind of fades into different colors, really trippy. And word of the day. I kept my screensaver as word of the day for a long time, and basically what it does is kind of what it sounds like it would do. It'll pull up different words from the dictionary, and every day there's new words that it will bring up, and it gives you their definition. And again, you can press D to bring up the dictionary and learn more about that word. Then there's a group of pictures that you can do as well. And these are pulling from the library that Apple provides. There's forest, nature patterns, and paper shadow. It looks like the black and white images. Again, there's all different options that you can use for these screensavers as well. Different ways that the pictures can actually be put on the desktop as a screensaver. The different options that are available for those screensavers. The time that it's going to take to start your screensaver. You can actually have it use a random screensaver, so it'll just select one from the list. Every once in a while, choose something different. It'll also show you clock if you want as well. And hot corners actually allows you to select a corner that if you move your mouse to that corner, your screensaver will start. And onto the desktop appearances. We're going to go again into System Preferences and to the Appearance tab. And open up a window here so that you can see what this is actually doing. Now, if you look over here at the appearance, it's just got these the blue color. If you drop down the menu, there's only another graphite. Basically, what this refers to is this bar down here. If you notice now, it's blue. You can change this to graphite, and it'll be graphite. Highlight color refers to the color that is on there when you highlight one of the folders before you double-click and open the folder. And you can change that to really any color that you want. You can go to Other and actually select a color as well. So if you move that to red, and clicked, now it's red. So we're going to put that to graphite. Place scroll arrows together or at bottom. If you notice down here, it's actually separating them when I place them at top and bottom. And when I click on together, it puts them together at the ends. That'll also work on the scroll bars if they're up and down as well. If you change it to at top and bottom, it puts them at the top and bottom. So click on the scroll bar to jump to the next page or jump to the spot that's clicked. If you click on the spot that's clicked and you click, it actually jumps the scroll bar to wherever you click, or to the next page if there's multiple pages open. Smooth scrolling is just a visual effect. Just make sure that when you're scrolling back and forth and up and down within pages, the scrolling is actually smooth and it keeps up and doesn't jag and look funny. Double click a Windows title bar to minimize. If you have that selected and you double click, it'll actually minimize down into the dock. Number of recent items, applications, documents, and servers in the Apple menu here in the recent items folder. If you have 10 applications selected, it'll show you the last 10 applications that you've used. You can have it go from none all the way to 50. Same with documents and same with servers as well. And use LCD font smoothing when available. It's just a visual improvement for the fonts to make them look a little smoother on the screen. And turn off font smoothing for sizes 4 and smaller. Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. If you put it on 12, then fonts larger than 12 will be smoothed, but anything smaller will not be smoothed. It's just, again, a visual preference. So, but that's the appearance preference, and that's pretty much all that there is really to change to make your desktop look different, unless you go with a third-party application, which we're actually going to get into in the next episode. We're going to look at a program called Candy Bar, and it's going to be a little more advanced than the other episodes that we've looked at, but I think that we might as well stick with the topic of making your appearance look different. So thank you for joining us on episode 3 of Mac School, and look forward to seeing you next episode.